What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and another deck review. As always, I'm excited when I do a deck review and the deck I'm going to be reviewing, but I'm pretty excited for this one. We're going to be sitting down and looking at, finally, the Sandwich Series Bread deck by Deck Idea. This, oh man. So I'll talk a little bit about this more in the closing notes, but let's go ahead. I want to go ahead and jump right into the unboxing and everything like that. So this is the bread deck, or the Sandwich Series Bread deck. So let's jump right into it. Alrighty, guys. So this is the bread deck, which is part of the Sandwich Series. This was probably my favorite deck of 2020. I was really hyped to get these decks. It was kickstarted by Deck Idea, who creates some amazing decks, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at it right now. We'll start with the outside. So you have, the deck is completely modeled after a loaf of bread. So you have this nice bread print on the front and on the back. On the side we have it says the Sandwich Bread, because this is part of a series which is called the Sandwich Series. There is bread, there's egg, and there's luncheon meat, which I have, but this is the only one I've opened, and this is the one we're going to talk about. So we have the Sandwich Bread on this side. On the other side it says Deck Idea 2020, all rights reserved, issue May 2020, which is a little late, because I think the Kickstarter started in like June. So, but anyway, not a problem. Top says Deck Idea. You have this nice crust all the way around. Nice dark crust. On the bottom says designed by Deck Idea, manufactured by Cartamundi. I can't say any of the rest of that. Made in Europe. Limited to 1,000. So I ended up getting a whole brick, half brick of these, just in case they were hard to get later on in life, because there is only 1,000 of them. So we'll go ahead and go into the deck. The inside is solid white, but this deck reminds me a lot of the Block series of wood decks, where it was like there was pine, and I want to say there was oak. There was another wood, might have been walnut, but yeah, that's what this deck kind of reminds me of, or has a little bit of inspiration. So the faces are different. I'll start with, I know that, let me pick, these are ad/gaff cards. I'll put those aside for now. But here we go. So this is what the faces look like. You've got the spades, the diamonds, the hearts, which I'm not sure if this is a custom, if these are custom pips or not, but then you have the court cards, which kind of remind me a little bit of like the kind of route that OPC takes, where every court card has something to do with like bread. So you got a guy spreading some butter on some bread, some jam. You got another person looking like they're about to start toasting some bread. Egg in a hole, that is good. French toast, I guess. Here is the Ace of Clubs, which is actually, that's what's cool about the aces, is every ace has a variation of like a bread dish, and it'll tell you what it is. So you got eggs in holes for that one. You have French toast for the Ace of Diamonds. We got a chef, some more. We got the spades and the clubs. Dun, dun, dun. Got another the Queen of Hearts with the jam on the bread in the shape of a heart. Another chef, somebody mixing up something, making bread, I guess. Here's the Ace of Spades, which is buttery toast. The Ace of Spades it's not necessarily a letdown, but I feel like the Ace of Spades is always like a, you know, there's always an exaggerated like artwork with when it comes to the ace of spades, and this one, it just kind of blends with the rest of the aces, which I guess is fine. It's a very minuscule critique to make. Then we got the Jack of Clubs, Jack of Diamonds, King of Clubs, and here is the Ace of Hearts, Strawberry Jam, with the nice heart of jam on the bread, and then the Jack of Spades with making toast again. So overall, all of the court cards are modeled after just people utilizing bread and cooking bread. So yeah, we'll go into, before we go into the back design, these are the gaffs, or here are two of the gaffs that you get. You get a, which isn't essentially a double backer, but it's kind of neat. You get a card that has the back, but then has the, what I assume looking at it is the top of the bread, like not sliced. So it looks like you have like a loaf. If you were to like have the deck like this is the heel essentially. And then, so I think that's kind of cool. So you could do something like, I have a loaf of bread here. I'm going to slice off the heel, and now we have the deck. That'd be pretty cool. And then you have this gaff, which I guess partners with this one. I think this is either burnt bread or, yeah, it's got to be burnt. It's just burnt bread. I was gonna say, is it like kind of darkened cheese, like they grilled something, or is it burnt toast? But yeah, with the back, and then you get the sandwich bread. You get an ad card. That. And this was the card that was really cool. This is the Sandwich Bread Hall of Fame card. So he took a card and he took the first 50 backers and printed them on a card that is in every single deck of bread. Every single deck that was printed has this card in it. And it's the Hall of Fame card with all the first 50 backers. I was lucky enough to be backer number 12, which is awesome. Some familiar ones on here for me. I'll go ahead and hold it up here so you can see the whole card. And you can pause and see who the first 50 backers are. Some of the familiar ones, which there aren't very many. There is 56 in cello, elemental playing cards. Some of these people, I probably know them, but because I only know them by their Instagram handles, I don't know their real names. Like number 50 was Lou from Decked Out Playing Cards. So that's pretty cool. This was a pretty cool thing. It's really neat that my name is like on something, is in a deck of cards somewhere now. That is really neat. So handling is very good. These are printed on that linen finish that Cartamundi is known for. It's a very thin stock. I mean, you barely have to do anything to bend this deck. It's a very thin deck of playing cards. They handle and sound amazing. I've always loved the feel of Cartamundi cards. I know some handlers don't prefer it because of just how thin they are, and they can be tough to do some slights or flourishes, but it looks amazing. Didn't even talk about the back. So the back, going right into the handling, didn't even talk about the back. So the back design is sliced bread. It's essentially a print that was made perfectly. It is not. What I like about this is when you look at this back, it looks like it's a two-way design. I even thought after handling the deck, like I handled the deck for a good week, thinking it was a two-way design because like this is here, this is here, this is here, but even like these are here, it looks like it's a two-way design, but it is not. If you go through the deck, I'm gonna see if I can get this on camera. You can see that it is not a two-way design. See how it flutters like that? It is not a two-way back design, but it absolutely acts like it, which is crazy. You cannot, to me personally, you cannot tell that it is not a two-way design. I mean, look at that. Bam, 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 bam. It's got that little dot, that little hole of bread. So it's like, it's barely not a two-way back design, but it essentially acts like one. But yeah, the detail is very good. It's printed very well. It doesn't look, you know, it's high definition picture, so it doesn't look bad. You know, I would say it's on the same exact level as the block playing cards. I don't own any of them, unfortunately, so I don't know for sure, but I mean, it is a very high definition print. It doesn't look gimmicky. It doesn't look bad. It's not pixelated. It's a very good print of a slice of bread, with the nice crust going around it. You get these really nice fans, and it's a very neat deck. It's a very good talking piece. Like when I pull this deck out to perform Magic with, and people notice that it's bread, the comments you get, people just want to see it, and you're like, it's just neat doing tricks with a deck of cards that is modeled after, that looks like you're doing Magic with like a loaf of bread. You know, it's really cool. I thought it was a really great idea. I'm very happy to have been able to back this project, and I'm happy with the end product that I ended up with. It's a very well handling deck. Looks good. It does everything I would want it to do. And yeah, I am not let down at all with this deck of playing cards. So let's go ahead and we will go into some closing notes, and I will let you know where you can find some of these decks. But yeah, that is the bread deck. Alrighty guys, so talking about the bread deck, a very amazing deck of cards, and it couldn't perform better. This was a deck that you could kickstart, of course. It had several different other versions, like the egg and the luncheon meat, but it just, man, it was worth the wait. It took a while, which is perfectly fine with me, because, man, this was definitely worth the wait. Oh, I dropped a lot of slices of bread on the ground just now. Because like it's like, whoa. But like, I always love this finish. It's a very thinner stock, but man, yeah, came out great. Jason did a great job on this deck. I would definitely encourage you guys to get your hands on one of these. They're only, how much was it again? 1,000. They're limited to 1,000. I know that there are some sites selling them. I'm trying to think. I will put a link in the description below, because just last night I saw a site selling these, but I can't remember which site it was. I'm gonna have to track it down, and when I do, I'll put it in the description. And I think Deck Idea himself has these for sale on his website. You can pick them up. They are going for about $16, which I know is a little hefty for a deck, but it is limited to 1,000, and it is, you know, it is sort of an expensive deck to produce. So I can understand the price tag, but it's definitely well worth it. It feels great. I love the bread. Like, the back is just, I don't know. As soon as I saw what the back was, I was like, there was no thought about it. I was like, I'm funding it. I'm gonna help fund this project. Ended up getting a loaf of bread, which is the half brick. But yeah, great job on this deck. I can't say anything more about it. I love it. I look forward. I'm hoping that this isn't a standalone series. Like, I would love like a V2 at some point to come out and be, you know, maybe a different kind of bread, or, you know, like definitely have to have a different kind of bread and maybe a different kind of lunch meat. I don't know. This is like, I hope there's another sandwich series. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. Or like, if you're taking suggestions, I would love to see another sandwich series in the future. Other than that, like I said, great deck, definitely worth getting your hands on. And yeah, I'll put when I find the shop that's selling it, or if I find multiple shops selling it, I will leave all those links in the description below. Also, follow Deck Idea to keep up with all of his projects. He's consistently putting different decks out all the time. I think his newest one that's hitting Kickstarter is a constellation deck, which is like based on the stars and everything. It looks amazing. Like all the way from the tuck. I love the amount of time given to the tuck case as well as the cards. It looks like it's going to be an amazing deck, so definitely check out that Kickstarter. I'll leave a link to that Kickstarter in the description below as well. Please follow me if you like my content. I post on Instagram. That's where my hub is if you need to message me about anything. And subscribe to my channel because I love putting these videos together. I have several that I'm going to have to really crack down on to get done because, you know, I finally got the carbon decks in. I got the Luke Wadeys mono decks in, the Blue Roses decks in, and I also have the Illusionist Killer Queen Bees coming in soon as well. So, as well as another deck. I forgot about that one. I have the 3D playing cards coming in by Kind of Magic, who put this really cool minimalistic design on for his deck, and I think it works really good. So I'm looking forward to getting my hands on those soon. But yeah, that's just some of the decks I've got coming in, or I've already got in. Dropped another slice of bread. I'm making this video pretty quick, as you can see, but yeah, definitely love this deck. Great job, and I look forward to your other projects coming out soon. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram. Follow Deck Idea on Instagram, and yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. I'll catch you guys in the next video.